Hello, everyone. It is Sue and Anne here, and we wanted to talk about the week 2 of the 21 Days Kindness Challenge because week 2 was all about kindness for others, and it's finished up now. We're moving into week 3 just now, which is, kindness in the world around us. But in the last week, we were about when we're showing up for others. How are we doing that? Are we doing it easily? Are we doing it because we want to? Or are we doing it because we have to? What's going on? So it was about noticing, well, what is kindness for others? So that's where we were going. So, Anne, what did you notice in Kindness for Others Week?
I was just thinking then, Sue, that kindness for others sometimes is, yes, helping out someone who may need a hand with something, or, showing up to whatever it is that they've got going on, and that's great. But there's also that kindness for others where you don't show up for them. Does that make
Yep.
sense? Like,
Oh,
I'm just
100%.
yeah. So, and that's about kindness for yourself as well, because you've got that boundary in place. But you sort of not showing up for those people who tend to just keep coming back and back and back without giving anything back to you. And sometimes we don't, our bucket just gets drained. It doesn't get refilled, and it's annoying.
Well, sometimes when people keep coming back time and time again to us for us to do whatever they want from us, it's sometimes because we've gotten to a bit of a habit with them, and we're actually, we're enabling some helplessness.
Yeah, 100%. And
So
then
we have to be
you're the bad
mindful of
guy.
that. Exactly.
Yeah.
Because then when they, we create that helplessness, that codependent relationship with them, where we just keep jumping in and doing everything for them.
Yeah.
To the point where it exhausts us, and we kind of start getting a bit resentful because we're like, look, I do everything for you, and yet there is always more you need me to do.
Yeah.
So what's happened is we've got out of balance in the relationship because we've just started turning up all the time. And so I like what you're saying there, because you are saying kindness for others is about us putting some boundaries in.
Yeah.
It's about going, hey, what I can hear you want us to do this for you. What can you do from this though first? So what can you take away and go and do first? Then come back and we'll work it from there.
Yeah. It's almost giving them a little bit of accountability.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
It can be. I'd like you to do this part first, then come back and see me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Could be that sort of conversation. It
Yeah.
could be, look, I've had a message this week from someone about a boundary thing because they work in healthcare, and they said, it is really hard sometimes in healthcare because, patients and families have high expectations, right? They think that, and the particular group, the particular person I was talking to was coming from that palliative care environment. So, and the patient and family, have an expectation that as this person is sort of starting to head into that end of life care phase of their journey, so they've been palliative for some time and living well with their disease for, as long as they can on their terms. But now it's sort of heading into that trajectory of end of life. And so the patient and family were like, well, we don't want dad to have any pain. So, they were sort of saying you have to be quite clear with people to sort of say, well, this is what we can offer, and we do offer pain relief, and we do offer a measurement system so that we will check in with you regularly to see where the pain is at.
Yeah.
And and we will give you the pain relief that works at that time. However, if the pain becomes worse, we're going to have to work with the doctors and create another pain schedule.
Mm, mm,
And so they have those realistic conversations about what the service can actually offer. And
mm.
then, the patient and the family got quite upset because they felt that the pain relief wasn't actually working and it wasn't being met.
Mm.
And so I said, like that's a tough one because, you're seeing another side of a family then because you're seeing a family that's scared.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's not about your service potentially not meeting the need. It's
Mm,
about that
mm.
person being scared and frightened
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
there's a
That's
fear
it.
now,
Yeah. Yeah.
So, so, really understand that. And then, and sometimes we have to have conversations about that, as well
Mm.
as gently sort of
Yeah.
saying, hey, I can see that this is really important to you. We'll look at the pain again, definitely. And,
Yeah.
can we talk about how you're feeling about all of this as well?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
adding that sort of thing of going, I hear what you're saying about the pain, but I think there's something else in here. What else is bothering you?
Mm, mm. Yeah.
And so, in that kind way, getting
Mm.
that the patient and family to pull back a little bit to look into themselves to go, oh, actually, we're really scared too.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. And a lot of them don't like to show that in front of the actual person who's passing away. You just,
exactly.
yeah. So,
It's hard. It
yeah,
is
it is.
really like it's a
Yeah.
really hard gig that. So
Yeah.
yeah, but I think what the staff member was saying, it was just that whole, that boundaries as part of
Mm.
kindness for others to
Mm.
sort of
Mm.
say, it helps people to understand how to work with us, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
not that we're
Not,
bad people and the service is, crap and all that sort of stuff. It's just saying
yeah.
there's when we've got those clearer boundaries, there's safer, more predictable sort of relationships
Mm.
that can form because they
Yeah.
don't feel scared to approach you because you listen to them.
Yeah.
Because you've
Yeah.
said so many times, yeah, look, when it's not right, let's have a conversation about it.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember one of my first nursing jobs, I was working in a rehab ward, like joints and hips and stroke and all
Oh,
sorts of
definitely.
things.
That can
And
take a while to recover from before you
oh,
get to the
yeah.
next level. Yes.
Yeah. So a lot of them would come down from surgery, from the surgical ward or the ortho ward. And I remember this one gentleman had come down from the ortho ward, and obviously rehab ward is my job is to get you home on the same level you were at
Yep.
before you came in here.
Yeah.
And it's not my job to do everything for you. And I remember this
Yeah.
gentleman said, oh, can you wash my back? I said, oh, do you have a back scrubber or something at home? Or is there someone in a home that washes your back? He said, no, no. I said, well, then no, I'm not doing it. And
Yeah.
he's like, oh, you're the first nurse who hasn't helped me at all. I said, my job, and I do this out of kindness.
Yes, is to go when you get home,
Who's going
how's
to do it?
who's going to do this? Because I can't go home with you,
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And oddly enough, his daughter was an RN somewhere another area of the hospital, and she came to visit. And I said, "Oh, your dad and I have just had a conversation about washing backs, haven't we, Jack?" Or whatever his name was at
Yeah.
the time. And I said, your dad wants me to wash his back, but he doesn't have anyone at home who does that, so I don't do it. And she said, yeah, that's right, Dad. So, killing them with kindness because I have to teach them that no one
Oh,
is going to be
exactly.
at home to do that for them. So,
So yeah, so that's it. It's sometimes and I think that's why the first week of this challenge was so important because it was
mm,
about self-kindness. And
mm,
self-kindness in that first week was really about how can you cut yourself some slack
yeah,
so that you can get good things happening for you so that your
mm,
energy is at a good point, right?
yeah,
When
yeah,
your energy is at a good point, to actually put these boundaries into other people and create those clear definitions of what it is that
mm,
do and you offer
Mm.
actually gives you a breathing space
Yeah.
to keep being you and offer the service that you offer, whether it's education or health, it doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But boundaries boundaries require a clear brain and, a bit of confidence and
Yep.
a bit of courage. And
Yep.
confidence and courage take energy. So if I'm
Yep.
not doing the first, and that's why the first week of self-kindness, really important to get the energy so that in week two, the kindness for others and using boundaries as kindness
Mm. Mm.
is how you're going to be successful, but you
Yep.
need courage and confidence for that, and you need extra energy for that.
Yeah. Yeah. Just a few little components here and
I
there that you can
know.
just.
So it is a journey. So I
It
guess,
is indeed.
yeah. So we're going into week three, which is kindness in the world around us, which is
Mm.
another energy getting exercise at times
Yeah.
too, because when we notice the great things around us, and we honestly have a lot of great things around us every day,
Yeah. Yeah.
but we've gotten so used to them that we
Yeah.
can't see them for what they are. So,
Yeah.
really simple things that are amazing around us is,
Mm.
it could be that you've got a section of your house that you've worked on that you're really proud of. It could be you've got some new flowers growing that you really
Mm.
enjoy. It
Mm.
could be that you got a new phone case
Yeah. Yeah.
that you just think's kooky and fun. It could be that you got to work without getting stuck in traffic. It could.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm seeing it's about looking at the small things that happen. It could be that someone, you know, made you a cup of tea or made you a cup of
Yeah.
coffee, or I
Mm.
don't know. There's so many opportunities to see good
Yeah.
things in the world,
Yeah. Yeah.
but noticing them and going, that's a great thing. I
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah. You don't acknowledge that. It was funny as I went to yoga today. That was my own self-kindness today.
Exactly.
Um, but driving out the driveway on the next door neighbor's lawn were two grass parrots. And I'm thinking, oh, they're just sitting there eating food out of the grass. I'm like, oh, they're just so cute.
Yeah. I have to say, like, I have two chickens, Pip and Mary. And Pip and Mary um, are, just eyes are browns, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
But when I watch them run from the top of the garden to the bottom of the garden, when I've got a snack for them, because they see me and they know I'm the food lady. So it's a bit Pavlovian because it's like, oh, here's the food lady. And so I watch them run down, and chickens are super funny when they run because they don't have arms.
Yeah, yeah.
So they're like, it still cracks
Uh,
me up.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so it's those things, isn't it? It's just
Yeah, yeah.
the,
And they are the little, you are right, the little things that we're, a lot of us are at the cynical point where we think it's the big things that fill up the
oh,
cup, but it's the little things multiple times a day
oh,
that fill up the cup. And
exactly.
it's hard to educate people like that because, like I said, they have become cynical and expecting the big stuff and
Exactly.
don't notice the little things.
And it's all those beautiful little things that uh, we have every day at our disposal
Mm,
to reframe in our heads, you
mm,
know. Like, for instance, when I used to work in the hospital and I would walk into work and walk out of work. I actually sort of had at a reframe where I would look for people who were lost.
yep,
Because hospitals are huge and they are
yep.
confusing and they have multiple corridors and there's a blue line and a green line and a red line and whatever. Nobody can follow them.
Hmm.
Anyway, it's a thing.
Yep.
So instead, because I used to be in the habit of, walking in and with my head down, not making eye contact with anyone and just getting to work. Okay.
Hmm.
And then I
Hmm.
started realizing that I was kind of, yeah, there was an opportunity here to sort of, I had knowledge that I could share. And so I started looking up and I started noticing people, and you could see the confusion people have in their eyes when they're lost,
Mm,
they're looking.
mm,
And
mm.
so you'd see someone like,
Yeah.
and you go, you look a bit lost. And they go, I need to get here. Okay, I know where that is. Go this way, third door on the right, go in there. You'll find it.
Mm,
And they'd be
mm.
like, oh, thanks. I didn't pick that up. And I went, yeah, those lines on the thing are a bit hard to see. So yeah,
Yeah.
and it just actually became something that would almost cheer me up as I walked in
Mm.
and walked out, because it
Yeah.
was something I could do and achieve really
Yeah.
simply, and it kind of made me feel really good.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
I know. Weird, but it
Yep.
was a kooky little thing. I used to like to just be the. So I do think that when I get really old, I'll probably be a volunteer in a hospital, just
Yeah.
directing people to the right place, because I think that's
You'll be the
maybe,
concierge.
yes, maybe that'll be my future. One day when I retire, I don't know when that is. Anyway,
Yeah.
but but yeah, so it's all those little things,
Yeah.
and I think that's I guess that's it for us for this week, I guess, is Anne and I
Yeah.
just wanted to highlight that week one was, if you did week one well, you found some energy.
Yep.
As Anne was saying, she went to yoga, but that was a self-kindness. So awesome.
Mm,
She created space
mm,
for that self-kindness.
mm,
Flipping into week two, it's about that, having a bit more energy so that when I turn up and offer kindness to others, I do it authentically with
mm.
great presence
Yeah.
that feels like I mean it, not that
Yep.
I'm doing it because it's my job.
Yeah.
I do my job because I love it and I mean it. So it's that
Yeah.
presencing we're looking for.
Yeah.
So that in this week, we get a little bit more energy back by just noticing the great things every day.
Yeah. Yep.
You know, I went to lunch on Sunday with friends, and my friend has made this most amazing table, which is so impressive. I was so impressed. And so I just congratulated him on this amazing job.
Mm.
And this table just blew my mind because it's built in sand, and it's got this magnetic ball bearing that is linked to a computer that draws
Oh,
images in sand.
stop it.
Oh,
I'm jealous.
anyway, I want to buy one for my dad's nursing home, because I reckon they'd all be sitting around it just watching what is the picture
Yeah.
turning
Yeah.
into today, because they would all just be loving it hard.
Yep.
But
Yep.
anyway, so he made that, and he just followed some directions on YouTube.
Yeah. There you go.
Like, so it's that sort of thing. Notice people who do amazing things and let them know
Yeah.
they're amazing.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. So that's a
Yeah.
challenge, I guess. And should we make that a challenge for the week
I
ahead?
think so. I think so. I
All
think
right.
acknowledging is the hardest part. Oh, yes, that's great that you've done that. And then vocalizing that is also,
Yeah.
the hardest part, I think, because we have that fear of rejection.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I want you to get out of the fear state in the next week. I want you to
Mm,
notice something great and tell someone they're great.
mm. Yeah.
Thanks, Anne.
Good luck with that. You guys are awesome.
Well, thank you everyone for listening. Hope you're enjoying the challenge. And the challenge, I'm going to send out a shout out before the next session, which is next Wednesday, to say, hey, can some people send us in some little testimonials to say what's happened in the last 3 weeks? So
Yep.
that, and you don't have to turn up to the Zoom, but we'll shout them out for you and read them out so you can hear them back when
Yeah.
we turn up next week. What do you reckon, Anne?
Sounds great.
All right, awesome. Well, thanks everyone, and have a fabulous week.
Have a great week. Bye.